guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. I'm with Angela, and today we're gonna do a sad video, sort of sad video, because it has to do with Supernatural. R.I.P. Supernatural. It hasn't even ended yet, and we're already sad about it. Well, it would have ended by now had COVID not happened, so.
Yikes. Not sure how I feel about that.
Same. It's like happy but sad because like now this like delayed, so it's like now like yeah you know I need to perfect
right
words.
Yep. Okay.
I'm getting all choked up all over about it. It's like my brain's like, oh, she's talking about Supernatural. Okay, it's time to flip the switch off. Like everything in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah,
we're gonna discuss how we think it should end or how we would like it to end.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of both.
How I think it should end, which is too late for, would involve me being in the show, you know, as Dean's love interest. But it's too late for that. So moving on.
I tried so hard.
I tried.
But no, like we all knew that like season 15 was gonna be the last season. But then it got delayed, and so now it's just like, just the anticipation, man. The anticipation.
I know, it's like I'm going through withdrawal, but I don't realize it.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Show's gonna start back up. I swear to God, they start the first episode of in the middle of the season with Carry On My Wayward Son, and I'm gonna just be like, nope. Done.
So you've been watching Supernatural from the very beginning.
Hell yes.
I watched a single episode that was a few episodes into the first season. We didn't watch, my mom and I, like when I was younger, we didn't watch the very first episode. We watched the Bloody Mary episode, which was like 3 or 4 or something like that. She decided she didn't like it, so then we stopped watching it.
I don't even know how my mom and I started watching it. It was on TV. I don't know if we were flipping channels and we saw it or what.
See, my mom thought it looked interesting because my mom was a really big fan of Charmed.
Same.
So that's why she wanted to give it a go. And then she decided she didn't like it, so we just didn't watch it.
Rude.
But then like, let's see, my junior, maybe senior year of high school, I think it was junior year, so I was like 17. She kept sharing, she and a couple of other people kept sharing all these like references and like funny jokes, and I was like, I want to understand like why this is funny or why this is sad, like blah blah blah. So I started watching the show.
You're welcome.
I watched the first 4 seasons before I left for college, got a certain somebody's Wi-Fi password, Netflix password, and watched season 5 in 3 days. And then subsequently spent the next few years of college catching up from 6 through 12. And then
last summer, we watched
14.
On my tablet, on my Netflix account, we watched season 12. Or no,
no, we watched
14.
Yeah, no, we watched 13. That was like 2 summers ago. We watched 13 together.
That wasn't last summer?
No, that was like 2 summers ago. We watched 13 together. Yeah, we watched 13 together because I had finally caught up on time, and then 14 I watched.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then 14 I watched like online, and then 15 is 15. So that's just a little bit of our journey.
But it was the episode with Scooby Natural. With the season with Scooby Natural.
I don't know, maybe it was 14. Maybe it was a little bit of both seasons.
Let me Google.
While she Googles, I'm gonna continue to ramble because that's what I do.
Same.
But as she's made it very, very obvious, she loves Dean. I probably said it in the past, I love Sam, and I fell in love with Castiel very, very quickly. She forced me to choose between the two, and I'm pretty sure, like, through my tears and, like, angst, I cried out Castiel, so...
Quick pause. It was season 13.
Boom! Memory restored.
Same.
I will say I was a little sad about season 13. Because 13, the evil number, quote unquote, the big bad villain, again, quote unquote, because that boy is the biggest not villain I've ever seen, was supposed to be Lucifer's son, Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Such one of the most beautiful little babies I've ever seen, even though he's old, whatever. Anyways, so it's season 13, the unlucky number, with Lucifer's child being the big bad. I love air quotes. It's my favorite thing. You want to know when the series started? Thursday the 12th. They couldn't just have a special season opener and open it on Friday the 13th and then all the other episodes were on Thursday. No, they had to open it on Thursday the 12th. Rant over. Hi.
Whoever did marketing, you had one job.
Failed. I love you all, but one job. Why? Season 13, Lucifer's child, Friday the 13th. Why did it not happen? I touched your boob.
I mean, who cares?
Whatever. Anyways, so now that you've known a little bit of our insanity.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they've known our insanity since the very beginning of this channel, so...
You know.
It's only gonna get worse and funnier.
You could just start covering yourself with the dirt from the hole you dug yourself into. It's fine.
I mean, it's only gonna get deeper. So.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be able to get out at this point, so.
Yeah, so... I know, like, one of the things we talked about was, like, how much fun it would be if, like, we got to, like... I know she was talking, like, long-term, but even just, like, a guest starring spot on the show. And she's like, oh, I would want to be a hunter because I'd want to, like, fall in love with Dean or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'd want to be a monster. And then she'd ask me why. And I said, because awesome makeup, usually. And then you get to fight them.
Well, see, okay, here's the thing. I wouldn't just be a hunter. I would be a freaking special hunter. I daydream about this all the time, okay? In my daydream, I am a vampire slayer. I am a demon hunter. I have... Confessor powers from Legend of the Seeker fans, I'm watching you. You know, I have all of the Charmed sisters abilities from the original Charmed. I have mutant powers. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, in the context of like,
and you know, I brought the gods back to life. You know, because Aries and if you watch, you know, you understand, okay?
But in the context of the show, like she'd be a hunter and I'd be a monster.
Yes.
And then our friend Cody, my crush.
Oh, and I'd be half white lighter.
You know, I told him he should be an angel, and he asked me why, and I said it's because he looks like Cass. So if you're all wondering what this mysterious Cody looks like,
I mean,
he looks like Cass.
We might be able to get him on my channel next summer.
Maybe.
It was supposed to be this summer, but that didn't happen. So maybe next summer, Cody, if you're watching.
Which you occasionally do.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Anyways, yeah, so, and I've also told him this in person that he looks like Cass, so this is no news to him.
Yes, so, I also agree to that.
As you can tell, we're rambling to avoid the initial purpose of this video.
Yes, but it's, I mean, it's leading up to it, you know?
You know, you gotta have that, you know, half an hour.
Okay, question.
What?
If he was an angel in the show, would you be with him in the show? As a monster.
I know.
You said you wanted to be a monster because you just wanted to fight the guys. You wanted to fight my husband.
Let him stab.
And brother-in-law.
Let him stab me through the chest.
Ew! That's what she said.
Can we not make... I apologize. You probably aren't watching this. It's fine.
Hey, this is not a channel for kids. It is for everyone, okay? Well, so you gotta throw in those jokes when you can. Boom!
Yeah, so... I didn't realize, like, in, like, being naive, and I really shouldn't have been naive considering I'm, like, in the theater industry, which is a little different than the film industry, but, like, when they stopped, like, releasing episodes, I didn't realize it's because they hadn't filmed them yet. Like, my thought was, like, okay, they filmed, like, okay, like, let's say they filmed in my mind, because this is my logic, they filmed all of the episodes for season 15 while 14 was on the air. So then they had them all ready to go. That's not the case.
No, they only had 2 episodes left to film. The rest were still needed to be edited.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
Yeah.
But still, like, yeah, no.
Or the other episodes were already done, but, like, the last 2 weren't done yet. Which, by the way, if you guys do not know, the last 2 episodes are going to be 2 finales. The second to last episode is going to be the season finale, and then the final episode is going to be tying everything together as the series finale. So do we want to do for both episodes or just for like the final?
I definitely think so. It's gonna be interesting because like most people are like, oh, the final episode of the season is also the final episode of the series, but they're doing it a little differently. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they work it. Yeah.
Don't get emotional, Nicole.
Recap of what's been happening so far. which includes spoilers.
God's destroying, Chuck is destroying the world.
Because he's throwing a temper tantrum.
He's a big giant baby. Chuck, get over it.
Yeah. So.
You killed Becky.
Yeah.
Rude.
She's loud.
She was your #1 fan and you killed her.
Anyways. I'm not the deaf one here.
Still, I can't help it, okay? I'm honestly, usually quiet in my apartment, so, you know.
Okay, so, yeah, okay. So then they're basically like the Winchesters and Castiel and not Jack. Oof. Team Free Will, they're basically enlisting the help of like everybody.
No, Jack has his soul back now.
Does he? Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
y'all, it's been a while.
Took Jack back into his wing after he came back from the empty.
Yes. It's been a while.
Because Death said, Billy, aka Billy, said that Jack was the secret weapon to defeating God.
Right. So interesting.
And now he has his soul back. So what's that going to do? I mean, clearly Mary can't come back. She's dead. She's gone.
Yep.
R.I.P. to Mary.
I'm not gonna look them up now because it'll take a while, but while watching the show, I literally, like, in the most psychotic way ever, texted both her and Cody. I was like, it's Kevin! I was so excited.
Oh, wait.
I love
He
Kevin.
wasn't in season 15.
Kevin?
Yeah.
At the beginning, wasn't he?
No, because he was, the last time we see Kevin. Oh, wait. That's right. Never mind. Blind moment. I had a moment. I'm sorry. I forgot for a second. I forgot about Ghost Kevin.
I love Kevin.
I was thinking of Otherworld Kevin. Ugh. I'm sorry. My brain is bad. Remember, I'm a blonde, okay?
This is my channel now.
I'm kind of glad I don't live with you right now. She'll probably murder me in my sleep. You'll be like, give me the passwords to your channel, bitch. You're gonna die tonight.
She's like, I'm joking, I'm gonna die. I'm like, give me the password to your YouTube channel first.
Right?
Okay, so we've seen Kevin come back.
Yeah, but now he he didn't go off to a better place. He wanted to roam.
Yeah, he's like roaming. He's
a roamer.
He's
a buffalo.
He's fucking gorgeous.
Buffalo. I follow him on Instagram, by the way.
I'm about to do some stalking after this video. I'm just like the healthy stalking. Like I just want to like find out like where he is and maybe like follow like his Facebook page or something because I don't have.
If he has Facebook.
Well, I don't have an Instagram, so.
Well, maybe you should create one. Then you could follow him and watch his Insta stories.
No thanks. Again, we're avoiding the topic of the original topic of this video. So.
I don't even know, like.
But right now, the last episode I remember seeing is they were getting help from the, like, stupid angel sister, whatever her fucking name is.
Joe, Sister Joe.
I knew that, I just didn't.
Wife.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's so funny because Jared's wife was a demon and now Jensen's wife is an angel.
But didn't Ruby come back too? And it was this whole thing between Ruby and Sister Joe?
It was a flashback. It wasn't...
Oh, that's right. It was a flashback between the two. Yeah. But they were like working together for some reason.
Sort of. It was
and
like
so,
a civil...
That's gonna come up again.
It was like a business transaction.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, but look at Cass and Crowley though. They worked together. They were even an angel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can happen.
So yeah. So a lot has happened.
Yes. Jack has his soul back. That was the last we saw because then it ended. And I'm like,
yeah. What? I was like, oh, I can't wait for next week. And then next week turned into never.
Right?
It'll come eventually. We really should get to our predictions now.
I think
we're avoiding them.
I think at some point Cass is gonna get happy and then the empty's gonna take him back.
Don't you dare.
Everybody is saying like once, I think maybe like once they defeat God and like he knows Jack is okay and that the boys are okay, I think he'll be
If
ready to go.
Cass disappears, I will cry.
I mean, unless Jack takes his grace away from him, then he's human, then, you know, he's not an angel anymore, so then the empty can't have him. Boom! Problem solved. Loophole.
Loopholes! That's what the Team Free Will does.
Because that's where the angels go if he ain't an angel, which I touched your boob.
Payback.
Right? What happens when we're in a close proximity?
You
know, because empty only takes, you know, angels. I think demons too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Lucifer was there too at one point.
Yep. Which he tried to come back recently.
Yeah, that was at the beginning.
Yeah, it was weird. I was scared for a bit.
Yeah, because that was when Mary was still alive.
Yep, I was scared for a bit.
Jack didn't have his soul.
Yeah.
And he used too much magic, and then he was going insane, and then he accidentally killed Mary.
That was in 14, wasn't it? Or was that at the beginning of it?
Yeah, no, that was...
It's all bleeding together.
No, that was season 14 because it ended. And then...
Yep. So...
Because at the end of season 14, God killed
Jack. Yep.
So yeah, so I think those two things.
Do we think that Rowena, the former witch, now Queen of Hell, is going to play a big part in the finale?
Fuck yeah. If she doesn't, the writers are fired. I mean, they're going to be out of a job anyways, but they're fired if they don't do that. But she needs to be on the Winchester side, which, I mean, realistically, she would have to be, because if God destroys the world,
right,
there's going to be no souls. I mean, well, there'll still be souls because everybody's going to die.
Here's the thing that y'all have to remember, and you have to remember from like season 12 or 13 or something like that, when they were fighting Amara, the darkness. You can't completely destroy Chuck.
Yes.
He's got to be locked away because of the
darkness. Because I think they were gonna...
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to lock him away.
Yeah.
And they had a plan going on. They were gonna like...
Because like yin yang.
Yeah. And like Sam did something and...
Sam, well, no, because now I think Chuck is restored now, somehow.
Yeah.
He did something to Sam when he kidnapped Sam and what's her face, who's deaf, at a casino.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yep.
I'm like, Chuck, why didn't you just kill him right then and there? Problem solved. Why? Because you would have pissed off Dean even more, and then he would have came after you, and then you would have been screwed. You don't piss off the Winchesters.
Here's the thing. Realistically, like, if we actually looked back on it, they've both died probably, what?
Well, I mean, 1 episode, literally Dean died 100 times.
That episode doesn't count in retrospect.
I'm still counting it because he still died.
But like,
and I cried.
But like, they've both died like multiple times and come back. They've gone to heaven, hell, purgatory. They both tried to have
normal lives.
They
both tried. Sam had a dog at one point and a girlfriend, and then Dean was with Lisa and
the son and
what's his face, who he thought was his kid. Yeah, Ben.
Boom.
That's it.
Here's the thing. As much as it's gonna hurt, realistically, I don't think either of them are gonna survive.
I mean, realistically, like,
I think they're both.
I know it's unfortunate to say this, but realistically, if they don't want a possibility of like a movie or future seasons, like a couple years from now, they decide to pick it back up to like continue the story, I think retrospectively they would both have to die, which is
I think another major player that we're forgetting about is Adam, the half brother.
Well, technically though, would we consider him technically dead though? Because I mean, he was in the cage for how long with Michael?
I mean, but he's been released. Like Michael,
yeah, he's been released
like, when they still exist in the world.
Well, yeah, but like
So it's a matter of...
But does he want to expel Michael from him, though? You know what I mean?
I'm not sure, but then too, is, you know, with Michael in control, is he gonna help God, or is he gonna help the Winchesters?
Well, he actually, I think, was trying to help the Winchesters because he realized what his father was gonna do.
He realized it recently.
Yes, I think it was in like the one or two last episodes, you know,
I think
mid-season.
Right, and I think the thing that we have to remember too is, regardless of like the whole premise of the show, the whole idea of it is, regardless of whether the Winchesters exist or not, demons, monsters, bad people,
ghosts,
they're still going to exist.
Yes.
Which
is why they tried doing spin-off shows and they never worked because everybody was too focused on Supernatural.
Right.
And it was like, Supernatural was so high up on the pedestal that nothing could compare to Supernatural. Well, it's like, you can't just base it off the first episode. Okay, well, the first one they tried doing a spin-off was okay, but I think Wayward Sisters would have been a lot better.
Yeah, I think there was definitely a lot of potential with Wayward Sisters. It just...
The first one, though, those shapeshifters, man, I didn't like how... It was just like a morph, where originally in Supernatural, those shapeshifters, they literally were like, their skin was coming off.
Right.
And it's like...
Yeah, you can't change how
the effects, unless... But I think because they were maybe like different type of shapeshifters, like purebred, so I think their shift was different. But even still, and I think the guy that plays Cole from the originals was in there, if I remember correctly. But anyways, I'd have to Google it. I'm gonna Google that right now because it's gonna bug me.
But it's like, you have to remember that, like, despite all the badness in the world, there does have to be that balance. Like, that's been one of the things that's been talked about multiple times through the entire series. So it's a matter of, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting players that are going to come up, and like surprising characters that you're not going to realize
or remember,
and you're going to be like, wait a minute.
And I want to know too, how many of the Supernatural things that have come back from Chuck's Thanos snap, I'm calling it Thanos snap, don't come for me, because he like Thanos snapped Becky away.
Yeah.
Stupid dumb butt face.
Yeah.
But like, how many of them that came back despite hating the Winchesters, how many of them are going to help the Winchesters?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many are, like,
because
a lot of surprising allies.
The world going away is going to affect them too.
Right. You destroy the world, their world goes away as well. Like, it's part of their survival. So yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting players and a lot of interesting allies. I think the Winchesters are gonna die.
Do we think Billy's gonna bring back John and Mary to help out?
I'm not sure if...
I don't think they might. I don't think they're gonna bring Mary back a third time.
Right, because she was originally killed like before the show, or like in the first, you know.
Yeah, within the first episode.
And then she died, but then she got brought back again. I don't think, and then she died again, so I don't think they're gonna bring her back.
But John, there's a potential.
There's
that
a potential.
Could happen.
I would love to see Charlie come back.
The original Charlie or alternate reality Charlie? Or both?
Or both.
Both of them meet face to face.
Right.
Just to see how different they are personality-wise.
Right.
And like, creep Dean out because he can't figure out which one is which.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Googling Cole Michelson, okay? Leave me alone. I'm trying to figure out if he was actually in Supernatural. He was in Bloodline's backdoor pilot for Supernatural. Yeah! Memory! Awesome!
I do think...
Ready? Dab it.
You were in the whole video. Like you said, I think either Cass is gonna go to the MT, or honestly, I think realistically, like, given the fact that Castiel was originally supposed to just be like a guest character, and he became such a major player.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire, like, from season 4.
Mm-hmm. From the moment
I think
he was on screen. I think everybody loved him.
Well, it's not hard to see why.
But I don't like the fan, you know, the fanfic You know, I'm all for LGBTQ plus community, but like Dean and Sam, stop shipping them. Or not Sam.
Well,
Dean
that
and
happens
Kat.
too.
Yes. Stop shipping them, okay? Stop it.
I think as much as it would be interesting for like Jack to like take away his grace and him to live as a human, at this point,
but is Jack gonna die though too?
It's hard to know what Jack's fate is gonna be, but I think the original team.
Okay, we'll go back to what you said.
I think, you know, Jack's fate's hard to understand, but I think the other three are definitely gonna die. It's gonna be hard to keep them alive and then end the show.
Here's the thing. If CW were to reconsider Wayward Sisters and they don't kill Jack off, it would be cool for Jack to join Jody. What's her face? I can never remember the other officer's name.
Jody and
the one that likes to eat the donuts. Okay?
I don't know, y'all know. And then the girls.
Yeah, Claire and all them.
Claire.
It would be cool. But see, everybody was hoping that if they did the spin-off, that even if the show ended and the boys weren't dead, that they could still come on and guest star every once in a while.
Yeah, I think,
and their characters could come on. But if they die, that's not going to happen. But I don't think CW is going to try to pick up Wayward Sisters.
Oh, you know what would be really interesting? So some other characters that I think should come back because we either haven't heard from them in a while or their storyline kind of got forgotten, and that would be
it would be cool to see more hunters though too.
It would definitely be cool to see more hunters. But like I said, people who we either haven't seen in a while or their storyline like kind of fizzled out and just got forgotten, including not Chuck, that's God.
Becky's already dead. It's been Thanos snapped.
The werewolf.
The what?
The werewolf. The wolf.
Oh! He was already on though.
Fuck.
I think this season, right?
I don't remember. But you know who I'm talking about.
I can't remember
not
his
Chuck.
name.
Not Chuck.
Garth.
Not
Ash.
Garth. Because the last I remember of him, he was in a trunk. That's what the last thing I remember. He was in a trunk. So he also has kids now. That's right, he was on Reason because then he had kids and it was so cute.
Yeah, that was a season because God took away their luck.
Yeah.
And then Dean had to have dentist work done.
Yep. Yeah. So I think they need to come back. Garth definitely needs to come back. And then like going back to characters we haven't seen in a while. Ghostfacers.
Yes! They don't do one more episode with the Ghostfacers.
If they don't come back.
Done.
If they don't come back, y'all.
I will. Oh my God. Ghostfacers.
I will say, as far as like inserting ourselves into the show, can we just remember that?
I remember last year when we were at the fair, we were like imagining like an episode of like, the boys being at the fair.
Yeah, and like freaking like the boys taking like Cass and Jack to like fair and like getting them on all the rides and stuff. It'd be so cute. But no, was there ever a character named Nicole? I know there was one named Angela.
I don't know. There's been so many.
I remember
it could have been one that was maybe killed off. So
like part of the reason why I remember there was a character named Angela is because, well, that's my name. She was a zombie. She died. It's fine.
I know Paris Hilton was on there. They bring her back. No. Snooki was on it too. They bring her back.
What episode?
Girl. That was like earlier in the season.
Earlier.
And then they like for photos, like for like promoting this episode or whatever, Snooki was standing between the two and she was so short compared to
my gosh, yes.
I mean, Jared's already like tall.
Yeah.
And then there's Dean.
Jensen.
And then you have
Janigi.
Snooki.
Excuse me. But yeah, so, I mean, other than, like, that, and that's pretty much, like, we're pretty consistent with what we think is gonna happen.
Yeah, we also
details
don't want to think about what could happen.
Details are pretty hard to figure out.
But who knows? Maybe they might surprise us and they'll just take it a whole different direction. Maybe Chuck will actually win.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
That would be like something nobody saw coming. The big bad actually defeats.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, here's the thing though. Would we really consider Chuck the big bad, or is he just having a big tantrum like a child?
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember that they were gonna end it in
Swan Song.
The season finale of season 4. They were gonna end it.
Whichever one was Swan Song.
Yeah, it was like Sam got dragged into the cage by Lucifer. That's where they were gonna end it.
Like, no, you can't
and then
end
everyone
it
was
there.
just like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
No. You can't just kill one of them and not kill both of them.
And that's the thing too, like, either they both survive or they both die.
Or they both become monsters.
Which is one of the futures that Chuck had shown Sam.
Yeah, which at first I
was very confused.
I don't like them as vampires. It's bad enough that like there was an actual episode where Dean was being turned into a vampire, but he never fed. And then seeing him with all the multiple teeth, I'm like, no, no, no. I love you, but no. It's like the Asgard. No, it does not look good on you.
Yeah, that's another thing, like those alternate reality Sam and Dean that like came to their world because where—
oh my god, I love them!
Like where they have to play a part. Like think about it, like because they were escaping from their world, so they came to like our Sam and Dean's world.
And they're just so like prim and proper. And like Sam has a man body.
It's fine. It's just great. So I think they need to play a part as well.
But I prefer Rugby Dean.
Yeah.
You can have the other Dean. Or my mom can. You have this Dean, this is my Dean. You keep your hands off.
Anyways.
My mom and I have fights over Dean. It's like, no, he's mine. Keep
but
your hands off.
I think the biggest thing that as fans we have to remember, and this was something that they addressed too, because when they first announced that season 15 was going to be the final season, there was automatically a petition.
A petition, yes. People were like, no, it cannot end.
But you have to remember, they've been doing this for years.
Yeah,
They're getting older.
I'm on both sides of the fence. I'm like in the middle. I'm like on the fence where like one foot's on this side, one foot's on this side. So I'm like Team Switzerland.
I would love it to—
Twilight reference.
Here's the thing. I would love it to continue, but not with Jared and Jensen.
Unless they came on occasionally.
Right, but we have to remember is they've been doing this for years.
Yes.
They're getting older. They're both family men.
Jared's also going on, like, Jared has a new show coming up after.
Right, like they've got like 2 or 3 kids each.
They both have 3.
Cool. I was correct in what I said, so bite me.
I think so.
Oh! Anyways.
I don't remember how many Jared has. Let me Google. Google is my friend in this video.
But, you know, and so it's like, and also like as much as I love the show, as someone who's been in theater my whole, you know, pretty much my whole life, you have to remember is eventually ideas are gonna run out. And you want to quit while you're ahead, because then you're going to start losing your audience and it's not going to be worth it anymore.
Well, here's the thing too. A lot of people, because you know how originally like in the season, like each week was a new like monster case, and then it became big bads. A lot of people kind of missed the old way it was. Right,
like it got harder to have like an individual like new monster, even if it was just like a 2-part episode, you know, even that.
Yeah, but they started taking on cases while defeating the big bad.
Right, so they started doing the big bads to like give it a more overall story arc. But again, eventually those ideas are gonna run out and it's not gonna be fun for the actors. It's not gonna be fun for the audience. As much as we want the show to continue, I think it needs to end regardless of how it ends.
Jared has 3 kids, I was correct. Misha's the one that has 2.
Yes.
Well, unless you count
Alex.
Yeah. I almost said Jake and then I almost Jack and then I almost
right.
I almost said Jack and then I almost said Adam and I'm like, that's not right.
Oh no.
Adam's not right.
Yeah. So that's a lot of what's been happening, a lot of what we think is gonna happen. Details are gonna be really fuzzy. Like, we can't be like, oh, this is gonna happen.
Right, we're not, we don't have the intel. I wish we did, but we don't. You know, even if we were on the show, we still can't tell you.
Right.
It's like when celebrities go on late night talk shows. They can't give out the deets.
Right.
I mean, unless you're, you know, Mark Ruffalo or Tom Holland.
Right. So needless to say, we're probably, like, at Christmas time going to make another video talking about the ending. What we liked, what we didn't like.
Depending on how far they spaced out the episodes.
That's true. I have a feeling they're gonna, depending on how many episodes they have left and how far. If they do it right, they should have them done before because I'm
Googling.
Home. You know, I'm home till like January something, so you know.
Yeah, I'm Googling how many episodes there's gonna be. I think I'm like looking at the episodes to make sure. It says 13, but
that's episodes so far.
Well, I don't know.
Right, we don't know how many episodes are left. I thought I heard somewhere around the vein of like 6.
Guys calls for help, damn beginning experience.
So yeah, so we'll definitely make another video about the ending. Okay, like what happened. And
Destiny's Child was the last episode.
Yeah.
So currently there's 13 episodes.
And I want to say there's going to be another 6.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Or 8.
I don't know, we'll see. Standard season is like 22 episodes, so.
I think it's less than 22 episodes, so.
Yeah. But yeah, but like I said, for the 3rd time now, we'll make another video talking about the ending, what we liked, what we didn't like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's like more information.
So I'm just going to wait for her to do the outro, or I'll do it for her.
Hang on. Oh wait, there's gonna be 20 episodes.
20 episodes total.
Yes.
So that's 7 more to go.
Yeah.
So there'll be 6 in the actual series, and then there'll be in the season. There'll be 6 in the season, and then there'll be the series wrap up.
Oh, that's what's for left? I was confused because I'm like, there's already 13 episodes and you're counting 6? Blonde!
There's 6 in the season.
You know what we need to do?
And then a final wrap. What?
We need to have a jar instead of a square jar. It's a blonde moment jar.
Nicole's idiocy leads us to earn enough money for New York.
Every time I have a blah moment around Angela, I put a quarter or a penny in the blonde moment jar. Give it a thumbs up if you want me to do that.
That's like the meme where it's
just
like
rack up $100 in 1 week.
That's like the meme where it's the meme where it says swear jar, which is relatively empty, versus theater reference jar, which is like super full. I'm like,
yes.
That's me.
We should do that. Have a theater reference jar and
a blonde moment jar.
Blonde moment jar.
No, and then the best part is, this is how we work
it's
it,
for
right?
both of us.
No. So like you'll have a blonde moment, you're like quarter in the jar, and then like 2 hours later I make a theater reference, so I have to take the quarter out of your blonde moment jar and put it in my theater jar.
Yes! We're doing it!
This is why I'm the smart one.
This is why I'm the blonde one. No. Like Mary-Kate and Ashley, instead of like, I am the smart one.
I don't know that.
She is to something, whatever the song is. So it's like,
apparently she don't know it either.
I don't remember all the words, and plus, you know, copyright. So it's like, you are the smart one. I am the blonde one.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so I think that'll be really fun if like I have to take the quarter out of her jar and put it in mine.
Or a penny, whatever.
Or, you know, maybe.
I mean, we might need the quarters for laundry.
Yeah.
So it might be pennies, unless there's still a coin shortage.
We're not talking about that.
I know, but like I'm just saying, if there ends up being a cashless society, which is not gonna work, just saying, BT dubs. So yeah, so if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. We do plan on doing more supernatural type videos even after the show ends, because there's a lot we can do.
We've got a couple of ideas planned out.
There's a lot we can do. 15 seasons of Supernatural. Think of the possibilities. Oh yeah. So make sure you guys are subscribed for that, because you never know what's going to happen. And who knows, you know, I'm probably gonna post this video before my Halloween videos, so, or later, so, you know, who knows, there might be Halloween characters that I do in...
She don't know what she's doing.
I don't know when I'm posting this video realistically, so I don't know why I'm trying to like, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If there's any other type of supernatural videos you would like us to do, like I said, we have a few ideas ourselves, but if you guys have any ideas, let us know in the comment section below. You guys can also let me know on all my social media platforms. I have Facebook, Twitter, I do have MySpace, but it's not linked. I haven't been on it in ages. I don't even know if I remember my stuff.
She just locked herself.
I spread myself, dang. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. So you guys can follow me on all of those, and I will follow you guys back. If you guys comment also on my videos, I do respond back, or at least I try to. And with that being said, make sure you guys are subscribed, hit that notification bell, and with that, I love you guys. I will see you next time.